Hello everyone. In this video, let's discuss about file handling. Without files, once the program ends, all the data will be lost. So we can store the data in the files. File handling enables reading data from the file, or we can write into the file. Appending data in the file. So here will not overwrite. Instead of overriding, already there will be some existing data. In that I am trying to append the new data. Next one is updating existing files. Right? These are the things which we can do. Now let's quickly discuss about the file handling functions. Okay, so when we want to write something in file or open a file, read a file, we have to use functions. Fopen. So what does it do? It opens a file. So if the file is already present, it opens a file. Else it creates a new file and it opens a file. That is the purpose of the function called fopen. Next one is fclose. So by the name we can guess it very easily. It closes a file. Next, fprintf. What is the use of printf? Printf helps us to print the data to the output console. But here it writes the formatted data to a file. Then scanf, we know it is used to read formatted data from a file. Okay, next one, fgets. So it reads a single character, get. So it reads a single character, fputs. So this is very simple. It writes a single character. Because C I am giving, right? It reads a single character, it writes a single character. Next one is fgets. Now obviously you would have guessed it, that's right. It reads a line, that is nothing but a string. So the string will have certain number of characters. I guess it's up to 99 characters. fputs. What does it do? It writes a line. I can say it is a string. Next method is fread or fwrite. Fread or fwrite. So it is used for binary files. We know read and write, right? So for binary files, we'll use this. Next, feof. This is most important. It can be asked in most of the MCQs in the interview. So what does it do in the sense? It checks if end of file is reached or not. So I can say checks if end of file is reached or not. Next one is fseek. Or I can say ftell or rewind. So these functions helps us to move the file pointer. Okay, these are all the functions we will be using in file handling. So whenever you are opening a file, you have to use the function called fopen. Once the file is done, you have to close the file. We have to use the function called fclose. Similarly, to read the data, to write the data, to read a character, to write a character, to read a line, to write a line, we have functions. With the help of these functions, we can perform file handling. So file handling has some modes. We have 6 modes. So read, write, append, read plus write, read plus write, read plus append. So we have certain modes. So I'll explain that one by one. First, R. So R states that it is in the read mode. So what does it do? It opens files for reading. For that, file has to be existed. If the file is not there, this will not work. So R states that read mode. Next, W. This is nothing but write mode. It creates file for writing. If the file is already existed, it overwrites. Overwrites if exist. Write mode will always overwrite if already exist. Next one is A. Append. Opens file to add data at the end. There will be some existed data in which I'll append this new data. whereas write overwrite, but append it will append to the existing data. Next one is R plus. So this is nothing but read plus write. This is nothing but read plus write. It reads or writes from the start. Next one is W plus. Similarly, it is read plus write. It create new files, overwrites if exist. It create a new file. If the file is already exists, it overwrites that. Next one is A plus. These are all the 6 modes we have. Last one is read plus append. What does it do? It reads or writes, appends if exists. If already the files exist, it appends to that particular thing. These are all the 6 modes we have in file handling. Now let's quickly check how to read a file and how to write a file. Okay, now let's discuss how to write and read a file. So as usual, I'll start with the preprocessor directive hash include stdio.h. So here what we are going to do, write and read from file. Okay, the execution of the program always starts from the main function. First I'll declare a file pointer. So it helps us to access the file. So for that, file, file star, you can give any name, I'll give fp, file pointer. It helps us to access the file. Next, I'm going to give character array, character text of 100. Fine. Now I'm going to write in a file. Writing to a file. So if I want to write something, first I have to open the file. So when I'm opening, if file is already there, it opens that particular file. If file is not there, it creates a new file. For example, I'm creating the desktop. So in the desktop, I don't have any files at all. Okay. Now I'm going to open a file. So fp is equal to, because fp is the file which is used to access, fp is a pointer which is used to access a file, right? So fp is equal to fopen. I'm opening a file. So I have to give the name of the file, right? I'll give the name of the file is sample file. I'll give .txt. The extension is .txt. Here I'm going to open this file in the write mode. So I'm giving W. So fopen, you have to pass 2 arguments for the function fopen. So sample file.txt. So this is the file I have to open. I'm going to do in write mode. I am giving. So if it creates a file, it returns to that. If it is not creating a file, it returns a value null to fp. Okay. Now I have to give a condition. So if fp is equal to null. If it is equal to null, it states that there is an error in opening a file or writing a file. So I'll give a message saying that printf error opening or writing in the file. Then I have to give return 1. In case if it is not returning null, which means I have opened the file successfully. Now I want to write something into the file. If I want to write something to the file, I have to use the function called fprintf. So fp comma, where I'm going to write. So in file pointer comma, I'm going to give a message. Welcome to file handling topic in C language. I'm just giving a message. I want to write one more line. So after this, I want to give a new line. So I'll give /n. /n helps us to go for the new line. Now I'll print one more message saying that fp comma. I'll give my name is Tamilarasan. Done. So I have written 2 lines. After this, I'm closing the file. So close. fp. This is important. Done. So I have written in the file. Let me execute this. Okay, the file has been created. Now let's check. See here, sample file.txt. It has been created. Now I have the data in the file. So welcome to file handling topic in C language. My name is Tamilarasan. Done. So I have created a file and I have written something in the file. Now I want to read the data from the file. So reading from the file. So if I want to read something first, what should I do? I have to open the file. So fp is equal to fopen. File name is sample file.txt. So I've given the file name. Now I want to open the file in the read mode. So I'll give R, read mode. Now I have to check if the file is not opening, it will return null, right? For that I'm going to give a condition saying that if fp equal to null. What is the meaning? Say error in opening a file. So I'll give a message saying that error in opening a file. And then I'll give return 1. If we have opened the file successfully, I have to read the data from the file. So I'll take while, because I have to read multiple lines, not one line. Okay, the file might contain n number of lines. So for that, I'll give fgets. So it gets a line or a string. Okay, I'm going to pass few arguments. That is the thing, but text, string. So I have given character array right here, text, comma, size of text, comma, fp. Printf, I am printing it to the output console, %s, comma, text. So I am trying to read. So text I'll get, that will be stored in the variable called text. I am printing it to the output console. Then after reading the data from the file, I have to close this, fclose, fp. Then I'll give return 0. The program successfully got over. Okay, this time I'll just change the file name, because already the file has been created, right? Now what I'm going to do, file sample file 1. I'm going to create one more file and I'm going to read from sample file 1. Let me save this and let me run this. See, when I'm running this code, I have created one more file, sample file 1.txt. It has been created. I've got the data here. This is fine. Now writing over reading file. So I want to check whatever the content I have it in the file, that has to be read. So output I'll print. See, welcome to file handling topic in C language. My name is Tamilarasan. So I have written something in the file and I'm printing something in the file. So here I am reading line by line. So after reading first line, I have to stop. So I'll just give break. When I give break, what happened? I'll comment all this, because again it will write the data into the file. So I'll comment this. I'm just reading the data alone from the file. So what I'm going to do, I'm opening a file. I'm checking it is null. No. So I'm reading the first line. After reading the first line, fgets used to read a line from the file. So after getting the first line, that I'm going to store it in text, I'm printing and then I'm giving break. So just only one line it has to print. Let's check. See here, welcome to file handling topic and C language. That's all. Only one line it is printing and then I'm stopping it. That's all. So we have seen how to write into a file and how to read from the file. Now let's discuss how to copy file content from one file to another file. So which is the thing, but copying content from one file to another file. So I'll start with preprocessor active hash include stdio.h. Fine. Sorry. The execution starts from the main function. I'm going to take file pointer. Here I'm going to take two pointers. One is for source, another I'm going to give it as destination, because we are going to copy content from one file to another file. Okay. So character ch. So the pointer src equal to, I have to open a file. So open. So file name I'm going to give it as sample file.txt. I'm going to open in the read mode, because here I'm not going to write anything. I'm going to read, because I'm going to take content from sample file and I'm going to copy in another file. Next, destination. So here I'm going to create a new file, because I want to copy the content from sample file to one more file, right? So I'll give temp file.txt. This I'm going to open in the write mode, because I'm going to copy from source to destination. That is, sample file content will be copied to temp file. So I have opened two files. So I'm checking whether src equal to null or destination equal to null. If any one is null, we cannot perform the operation. So I'll check. If any one is true and if the condition is true, I'll give a message saying that error opening the file. And then I'll give return 1. In case if you open both the files successfully, I have to copy the content character by character. So I'll take while ch equal to fgets. So I'm going to get the character from the file source that I'm going to store it in ch. Now I'm going to check that is not equal to end of file. If that is not equal to end of file, I have to put it in destination. So f put c where in destination ch comma yes, in the character that I'm going to put it in the destination file. That's all. So this loop will be iterated until we are reaching the end of file. Now once it is done, what I have to do, I'll give a message saying that file copied successfully. Now I have to close both the files, fclose source then destination, fclose destination. Both files I'll close, then I'll give return 0. That's all. This is how I have to copy the file from, so copy the content from one file to another file. Let me save, let me run the code. I'll get a message saying that file copy successfully. Let's check. Okay, one more temp file has been created. Sample file, I have the content as welcome to file handling topic in C language. My name is Tamilarasan Guna. In temp file, welcome to file handling topic in C language. My name is Tamilarasan Guna. The content has been copied from this to this. Now let's discuss how to append a text to the file. So I'll start with preprocessor hash include stdio.h in main. So I'll create a file pointer to access the file fp. Now I have to open a file. So here I'm going to append. So fopen. The file name I'll give it as sample file dot, it has to be given in double quotes. Sample file dot txt. Now I'm going to append. I'm not write means it will overwrite. Now I'm going to append. So existing content will be there. I'm going to append this content. Done. I have opened the file. So I'll check the condition. If fp is equal to null, I'll give a message saying that error opening the file. Error in opening the file. Then I'll give return 1. In case if you have opened the file successfully, I'm going to append the character. So I'll give a message printf fp comma what content I have to give, checking whether the text is appended. I'm just giving this message. Then I'll give new line. After what happened, I have to close the file. Fclose. Then I'll give a message to the output console saying that data appended successfully. Then I'll give return 0. Let me save this. Let me run the code. I've got data appended successfully. Let's open the file and check. The file name is sample file. Okay, in sample file, see, checking whether the text is appended. Yeah, the text has been appended. Earlier I was having this content. Now this has been appended. That's all. Okay, now we have to know what if a file doesn't exist. I'm trying to open the file. Let's take a program. Okay, I'll give file star fp. Fine. Now I'm going to open a file. So fopen. There is no file called sample txt. Done. So if I'm giving a write mode, it creates a new file. Now I'm going to open in read mode. Now I'm trying to open the file in read mode. So if fp is equal to null, I'll give a message saying that error in opening the file. Then I'll give return 1. If not, I'll take ch is equal to fgets. I'll get the character from the file. I'll check whether that is not equal to end of file. If that is not equal to end of file, what I'll do? I'll just put it to the output console. So I'll give put char ch. Then I'll close the file. Then I'll give return 0. So here I'm opening the file in read mode. So the file name has been sample.txt. So here we don't have any file name called sample.txt. Let's save the file and let me run the code. See, it is giving me an error ch. Okay, I have to declare the character ch. That is why it was showing an error. Now let me run the code. See, error in opening the file, because when I try to open the file called sample.txt, there is no file called sample.txt. So it returns null to fp. Fp equal to null, condition is true. It prints error in opening the file and return. That's all. So here what I'm going to do, I'm trying to print all the characters from the file to the output console, because I'm iterating one character and I'm printing it to the output console. Now let me give the actual file name. So I'll give sample file. Let me copy this and let me run the code now. See here, welcome to file handling topic in C language. My name is Tamilarasan, checking whether the text is appended. Now I have given the correct file. So the file has been opened successfully. Now I am taking one character and I'm printing it to the output console. So put char of ch. What character I'm getting, that I'm printing the output console. So the loop will be iterated until we are reaching the end of file. That's all.